G'day guys, Luke the Drifter here, and yeah, just got to talk about a few things. Yeah, one is we're going to close down the Perth shop, and so a bit of a shame. I just want to talk through what's going on and why. Basically, yeah, we're going to close the Perth shop. We're going to do some sales, and we're going to finish up on the 20th of October. So there's heaps of gear over there, and there'll be 20% off in the first week. I've got staff flying over to sort it out, and yeah, so anybody can come in from tomorrow on, and there's a sale happening. We've got to sell everything in the shop. So why are we exiting the Perth shop? Look, this is where I kind of grew up, right here. Had some friends working for us, living in our shed, but this is where Kida grew up. 20 years we lived in the factory, right there. This is the backyard. Kicked footy with him for not 20 years, but at least a dozen years. And this is our Drifta factory. So, a lot of people used to think that Kida would end up running the business. A lot of people thought that over the years, and he did work in the business with me for 5 years, which was brilliant. I mean, no dad could wish more, from his son than to have the ability to work with him for 5 years. So that was a blessing, and it was brilliant. But now he's moved on and he's doing his own thing. He's doing what I would have done. I mean, my old man wanted to stay with me years ago and work with him, and I wanted to go and do my own thing, which is what I did. So Kida's doing the same, and I'm very proud of him doing that. He's doing some brilliant work. He's getting his own little fab shop going up in Caboolture. We're helping out a little bit with some gear, and he's doing some tents and stuff, so we're helping out a bit there. So we're still working together, but in terms of a 22-year-old kid running a business, 150 staff, it's impossible. And it's just, if he wanted to do it, I wouldn't let him, and he doesn't want to do it because it's, running a business is not an easy thing, and it can be quite horrific, really, in terms of what you've got to personally manage and put up with. And it's not something you want to wish to your son, to go through all that. Not when you're 20, crows. I haven't. When you're managing a business, everything comes back to you, and it's just very difficult. So, actually, I met a guy in Sydney show the other day, and he's got a third generation business, a big factory. A lot of people would know the name. And I saw him at the Sydney show. Come say good day, really good fella. And their family's got a rule that for any family member to come through and run the business, they have to have been out of the business for 5 years. That's a pretty good rule, really, because that means you've got to go out and get experience and do other things before you come and run a business. So we're always, a lot of people thinking that Kida might run the business. That's essentially what he has to do, at least. Now, he might come back one day, but for the moment he's doing his own thing, fab shop, and who knows, maybe I'll work for him one day. But so that's how it is. So the reasons why we're exiting Perth shop is there's three sort of reasons, but there's always a lot of reasons. But I'll go through 3 reasons. One is the economy is contracting. Now, I went through the financial crisis of 2008. You didn't see me go bankrupt. A lot of companies did. A lot of companies went broke through COVID. We were able to keep going, but the economy is contracting, and it's a tough time. You'd be lying if you said it wasn't. And we've got to be careful now. If the economy is booming, you can grow. If the economy is contracting, you need to be very careful. Otherwise, you'll end up, you can go broke. So we've got to be careful, and we've got to contract a little bit. We've got to be very careful what we're doing, and because the economy is basically contracting. Okay. The other thing that's happened is one of my main managers at Drifta, this is where I'm now, at Drifta in Gloucester, has gotten very sick, and he's had to finish working with us, at least for the moment. So that's sort of changed everything for me, and we were away, and I got a phone call. We had to come back immediately, and basically I spend most of my time running Stockton, Drifta Stockton, and now I've had to come back and manage all of Drifta, the drawers, the kitchens, everything, which I haven't done for a fair while, and it's not an easy thing to run. So I've had to come back and run that almost full time and it's left me a lot less time and resources than I did before. And the other thing, of course, I've got a little bub myself, you know. She loves coming to work, and but she's 8 months, been a new dad. Very blessed again to have a gift of a little child, but it does take a lot of time now. I used to work 12-14 hour days. I could do that, and I can't do that anymore. So anyway, I made the decision that we need to cut back a bit and finish up our Perth shop. It's a long way away, supply chain issues. Anyway, but the thing is with the shops, you know, you're stuck to a lease. You know, you can't just exit the shop anytime you want. You've got to sign personal guarantees for the lease. So anyway, I was talking to Clayton from Kickass, and you know, me and Clayton keep in touch time to time. I've stayed at his place, he stayed at my place, you know, so we're mates, and yeah, we keep in touch a bit, see how each other's going and what we're up to. And I was talking this through with Clayton, and it turns out that Clayton is looking to expand into Perth. At the same time, I'm looking to sort of pull back from Perth. So yeah, we sorted out a deal. We've been working on this for over a month. He's going to take over our shop. So basically on the 20th will be our last day. We'll get everything out. If I was here 10 years ago, I'd get Kaito straight in to get the slug gun of the 22 subsonics, and I'd shoot that crew. Anyway, I'd try to. You know, me and Kaito shot a lot of rabbits here, rabbits and foxes and different things. Just run around here shooting stuff back in the day. Anyway, been talking to Clayton, and they're going to take over the shop. So it's going to basically turn into a Kickass store, and the handover will be on the 21st. So from probably 22nd on of October, it'll be a Kickass store. So, you know, it's a bit of a not a lifeline, but it's very difficult to find someone to take on a lease, to sublease a unit or you know, a lease. And it's been quite fortunate that I've been given that opportunity from Clayton, and a good opportunity for him as well. So your business, you're always looking for a win-win. You don't always get it, and sort of a win-win for us. You know, not so good for our Perth customers, but you know, we've been shipping stock to Perth for you know, 20 years pretty much, and you know, we still get a lot of orders online. I mean, we had one the other day. It was nearly over $2,000 worth of stock, and it wasn't far from our shop location in Canning Vale, and it was all ordered online. So you know, it's you can still order online. We'll do some deals, we might get a bit of the shop and chat going again for Perth, so you can ring up, and you know, depending on what it is, all the freight prices have to be set, you know, obviously for a computer model, but you know, you'll be able to ring up and, you know, see what's happening and deal with their staff on the phone. We can do that anytime. And so if you're in Perth and you want to get some, you know, a big order online, we might be able to help you with the freight a little bit, negotiate a bit, but you're welcome to ring up. So anybody in Perth, not like you can't order anything. And you know, we had problems too, because the supply chain is so long in Perth that, you know, I'd release something online or a deal, or I'd release a new product, and people would come into the shop the next day expecting it to be there, and it's like, well, the container only goes every 6 weeks, you know. So it's that was a problem. You know, click and collect is always a problem. And anyway, so that's what we're doing. We're going to finish the shop. Bit of a shame, but it's, you know, some circumstances outside my control. Actually, it's one of our better performing shops. You know, I mean, it's a great shop, and normally we wouldn't do it, but there's a few things that happened that's changed the game for me and forced my hand, and we need to contract back a little bit, and that's what we're going to do. So we've been given this opportunity where Clayton and Kickass can take over the shop and let us exit the lease. So the deal is, yeah, we're going to do 20% this week. We're going to so much to look at, Bubba, isn't there? I've got staff going over, and we're going to you know, have a sale until the 20th. But after the 20th, everything will be gone. Now we do have a show as well in November, so we've got stock set aside for the show, so that'll be another chance to get stock. But otherwise, if you wanted to get any of our gear, now's the time to race in and get it. Okay, we're not sending any more over in the containers to the shop. We're not restocking the shop. But if you wanted to order anything online, you always can at any time. We're shipping stuff every day. We send quite a bit still online to Perth, and that's how it works. All right, so a bit of news. So yeah, bit of a shame again. We're gonna have to exit Perth, but that's the way it is. Business is up and down. Yeah. This is something we're doing, and it's, you know, at the end of the day, every decision you make really is, it's like what the Prime Minister should do. You know, I mean, I don't know if they do, but every decision is based on the good of the company. You know, just like a Prime Minister should make every decision what's the best for the country, and every decision is made is for the best, not for me, it's for the best of the company, to keep the company going, and this is one of those things. So all right, that's it from me, and any questions, chuck in the comments, otherwise we'll catch up soon. Thanks guys.